Hello and welcome to the channel, it's Erad, and in today's video we are going to discuss some of the answers that YogiClat, who is in charge of the master modes that are coming up soon, hopefully within the next 12 months for Star Citizen. Well, turns out that he answered a bunch of questions in Pipeline, which is a prominent Star Citizen Discord channel, and he said, why don't you check out Pipeline? And so he did, and answered a very gave some really interesting details, I would say, in some of his answers, especially about things that are not related to the master modes. Anyway, so he is considering turning off aim assists for lag pips. Currently, right now, we have different options for aim assist. Either you have the gimbals with that little circle, or no assist at all for if you choose so, or you can just have fixed weapons. Well, that is going to be something that will be able to be turned off. The new aiming system is going to have a button that is going to suppress aim assist. He also talked a little bit about hover mode too. I personally loved the old hover mode. A lot of people did not like it. I think it took a little bit of time to get used to how it worked, but once you got a good hand of it, I think that the ship really performed fantastically well, but it was hard to learn. And so that's what he says here. It was a good experiment with, unfortunately, a very steep learning curve, and so it will not be brought back. It failed because of a lack of UI. That's true, especially how close you were to the ground, I think, was something that really was lacking, and difficult control. However, we'll be able to disable gravity assist in the future while being in decoupled. It's going to be harder to control, but less punishing than the old VTOL system. Gravity assist will be usable with the landing gear raised. Also, in the future, we are going to hear a little bit more about e-warfare. Perhaps the Legionnaire is going to come in a couple of months. We have no news about it, but that is the e-warfare type of vehicle that we have in Star Citizen, so that would make sense. He mentioned destructible cockpits, especially like those that we have in Elite Dangerous. For those of you who play Elite Dangerous, sometimes the cockpit can be fractured or even destroyed, and then your air gets vented out. He said that this might be possible with Maelstrom, but that is not in his field. Weapon rework with new gimbals is currently being planned, and it's going to be a stimul release with master modes, but it's only the plan. Master modes will also tune in with new archetypes for frames, especially light fighters, medium fighters, etc. So we should be expecting a gradual implementation of master modes then. Ship mass will also matter a little bit more in the future, so the heavier your ship is, the more you are going to feel it as you fly your ship, especially I suppose that that's going to be more the case when you are going to be on planet surface. Turrets will also have access to precision targeting mode. Master modes will not go hand in hand with Maelstrom and resource management, so it's going to really be its own separate entity. VTOL ships will not behave like helicopters. That's a shame. I really liked it in the old VTOL system, but yeah, again, that's not something that they want to do in the future, and they will be a little bit different between VTOL and non-VTOL ships, but it's not going to be that drastic. He talked also about the new quantum mode a little bit here, and it will be possible to collide with someone in quantum or when accelerating to quantum. That's also going to be something possible. So we'll be able to do something perhaps like in Star Wars The Last Jedi, when some cruiser just rammed into the Mega Star Destroyer. When master modes are ready, it will be rolled out to all ships at the same time with the usual process of players testing, which is going to help them figure out what works and what doesn't work. So here, the difference between this and what we said before is, so they're going to put master modes for all the ships first, and then after they're going to be tuning the master mode first with light fighters, then medium fighters, and then bigger ships. So that's the plan here. I just wanted to make that little clarification. Also, YogiClat gave some clarifications about the Spirit series here, which is not tuned for master modes at all. Right now, the Spirit series is tuned for the legacy system, which is the one that we currently have. So maybe this could explain why the Spirit flies so well for the kind of ship that it is. Alright, the next three answers here are not related to master mode, but this one I really think is very interesting. He talked about the Iron Halo, which is the huge asteroid belt around the Stanton system here, and the Iron Halo will not be passable with a new quantum travel, so we'll get dropped out before we hit the ring meshing itself, and we'll have to go through it via some of the gates that were shown a while back. I think that the reason why we don't have them in the sentence system is just because that asteroid belt would be way too crazy to have in the sentence system with the current tech that we have. So I think we need server meshing, and that these asteroids need to be their own servers. But I think it's going to be a really interesting choke point here, where there's going to be a few select amount of gates, and players will have to go through these gates, and of course pirates are going to know that, and they're probably going to be looking for juicy cargo that's going to be transferring through these gates. I can't wait to see how this is going to play out. The most exciting feature that YogiClad is looking forward to for Star Citizen outside of his own team here is all the stuff from Paul Randall, which means server meshing, which of course is something that we are all very excited about, because that means it's finally going to be possible to see some major progress in Star Citizen, something that we're all very excited for. Also, he did say that Chris Roberts meant what he said at CitizenCon about everything that we saw in the presentation being available next year. So I guess I will be on a wait and see approach here to see if that really is true or not. Anyway, big thanks here to Pipeline for making this interview possible. Some interesting tidbits of information here. This video, as always, is made possible by the Patreon and YouTube members who support this channel, including Dr. Frobin, Zio Crusher, Deplorable Infidel, and Ducky to Ducker. I've been Irad. I'll see you guys in the next one.